And good evening, everyone, and welcome into the UFC Fight Cards podcast presented by Orange Fire Media. I am your host, Russ Renaud. Thanks for joining us here on another Sunday night in Houston, Texas. It's been really hot down here in Houston for the last month or so. Been 108 today, but got some rain. So hopefully it's a little bit cooler where you are. But hopefully some better weather coming our way with the fall coming up. Football season right around the corner. High school football kicking off this past weekend, and now college football coming up this weekend. So it should be fun. And, for all you football fans out there, but for those who are joining us here for the first time, we talk about the UFC. And we talk about last night's event, and we'll talk about next week's event, and then we'll get into opening the cards that you saw at the top of the show. So we've got 2 boxes of Donruss left, and so we've got one this week, one next week, then we've got 4 boxes of Prism, and so really looking forward to getting through the rest of this Donruss so that we can get to the Prism again. So the 2 things that we do on this show, UFC fight cards, like I said, talk about the fight schedule, and then the second half of the show, we go through these cards and relate the events to those cards and who's hot in the hobby, and that is middle of the show where we talk about the hobby top 5, the top 5 hottest fighters in the UFC right now, who people are collecting, not necessarily the top 5 pound for pound. And we do have a new number 1 this week, and we've got a brand new hobby top 5. So it's actually starting to change here a little bit after when we started this feature. It didn't change very much from week to week, and now we're starting to have shakeups all over the place. And so that is just due to results and who people are buying in breaks and who people are collecting and paying big money for. So that's what we're going to look at with the hobby top 5 this week. So yesterday, if you were up early in the morning, wherever you are, some places a little bit more in the afternoon, but here in the States, it was early in the morning, and UFC Fight Night from Singapore. And we had a great main event with 2 featherweights, number 2 ranked contender Max Holloway against the number 7 ranked contender Chan Sung Jung, the Korean Zombie. And, we get right to it. Max Holloway taking care of business in the 3rd round with knockout. So it was a good fight for the first couple of rounds, but Holloway keeping his distance and, just showing what makes Max Max. Korean Zombie got a few shots in on Max, but couldn't put him down. And then Korean Zombie, 3rd round, just comes out of the corner and it just goes to town, and he was just going to go out on his shield. And he caught one from Max, and it was lights out. And then after the fight, Chan Sung Jung laying down the gloves and retiring, said that if you can't get past Max, the top 5's probably, that's not his goal and not where he wanted to be, not just the gatekeeper in that featherweight division. So hanging him up after a great career. A lot of people love him and collect his cards, and so wish him the best in retirement. I saw Korean Zombie here to main event in Houston, so pretty special for me to see him go out like that. He won here, and it's just good to see him get that one last chance. And the way he went out the way he did, he was going to take his chance, take his shot, and try to go after Max there in the 3rd round. But Max is one of the best. If it weren't for Volk, we'd be talking about a very long title reign for Max Holloway. So we'll see what happens with Max going forward. Do we have another Volk Holloway matchup in us? I mean, 4th time. Most of them have been super close, great fights. So you never know. We've got to see what happens down the road, and just what lays ahead. And I don't know if Volk's probably not looking forward to that, but Max just keeps getting it done. And like I said, that's what makes him one of the best, and he's only 31 years old, and so we'll see what happens going forward. So let's get to the co-main event now, light heavyweight division. Number 7, Anthony Smith against number 10, Ryan Spann. And you saw what was very clearly, it was a split decision, Anthony Smith coming away with it. It really could have gone either way because Anthony clearly won round 1. Spann clearly won round 2. And so then you saw, third round, just who did a little bit more. And is Anthony Smith, in the judge's eyes, doing a little bit more against Ryan Spann? And so, getting a good win, getting back on track. And so Anthony Smith, congratulations to him with that split decision. We saw a top 15 matchup in the featherweight division, and Giga Chikadze taking care of business against Alex Caceres with a unanimous decision. And Chikadze, much like Max, did what he needed to do, kept his distance, got in and out, took a few shots from Caceres. Caceres took his shots and looked good in this fight. I thought no loser came out of this fight. That one goes down in the loss column for Caceres, but he did solidify that top 15 ranking. It looked pretty good against Chikadze. One of the big ones that I do want to get to, and it's further down the card, in that main card, but this is a huge fight in the women's flyweight division. Number 3, Erin Blanchfield against number 4, Taila Santos, and this was a great fight and a great test for Erin Blanchfield, who has been just blowing through the competition up to this point. And Taila Santos won round 1, clearly won round 1, and then Erin Blanchfield took rounds 2 and 3, got in the clinch and got control and got some good shots on Santos and took care of business. So that's going to be huge, and we'll talk about next week's event here in a minute and what that means going forward in the women's flyweight division. Probably the only other result of note as it relates to the trading card hobby, kind of disappointing for some people who collect, and Chidi Njokuani losing to Michael Ojacechuk with a TKO in the first round. Chidi, is a collector favorite, rookie in this 2023 product. And so kind of disappointing to see him go out with another loss, second straight loss for Njokuani after so much hype around him. So see if he can get back on track and get some people's pocketbooks recovering a little bit. So that's a rundown from last night in Singapore, and this morning, yesterday morning in Singapore. I've also got, a couple of international events the next couple of weeks as well. So the UFC heading to Paris next week. So you've got a heavyweight main event with number 2 Cyril Gane against number 8 Sergey Spivak. That's a good main event. And then what we're talking about with Erin Blanchfield, women's flyweight division, number 2 ranked Manon Fiorot against the number 2 ranked strawweight in Rose Namajunas, former strawweight champion, making her flyweight debut. And this fight's big because September 16th, you've got Alexa Grasso against Valentina Shevchenko in the rematch. And so with Erin Blanchfield, she wants a title shot. She wants the winner of Grasso and Shevchenko, but so does Manon Fiorot. And if Rose Namajunas wins, Rose is a big name, former champion, that you would think that she would have a claim to take on Grasso's Shevchenko. So there's a lot to play here, and it's just going to be who comes out the healthiest, who looks the most dominant, and who's going to get that next title shot. And if Valentina goes and takes the title back, they could run that thing back again, and Fiorot and Blanchfield will probably have to have a number 1 contender match. So who knows? A lot to be decided in the women's flyweight division. I think it's pretty exciting because I thought that Santos and Blanchfield proved that they are worthy. I thought that was a good fight. I thought they both showed why they're in the top 5, and I thought they looked good. So a lot to look forward to coming up. So going down the rest of that card, only other ranked fighter on that card is Volkan Ozdemir taking on Bogdan Guskov in the light heavyweight division. And then we get to UFC 293, September 9th in Sydney. And the main event is the middleweight championship matchup between Israel Adesanya and the number 5 ranked contender Sean Strickland. If you did not catch Sean Strickland on Joe Rogan, I kind of recommend that. Not if you're a big fan of keeping things clean. It's not the cleanest. It's pretty rough at times, but Sean's as real as it gets, and he just says what he thinks, and so recommend that if you got some time. Heavyweight co-main, number 6 Tai Tuivasa against number 8 Alexander Volkov, and then In the flyweight division, Manel Kape, number 10 ranked, against Felipe Dos Santos after Kai Kara France pulled out. You got a heavyweight rematch. Justin Tafa and Austin Lane. There was a no contest a couple of months ago when Austin Lane got the eye poke on Tafa. That fight had to be called off, so they're going to run that back. So good to see that being put back on the schedule. Then we get to UFC Noche, September 16th. So you have a pay-per-view followed up by, probably arguably one of the best fight night, call it UFC Noche cards that you will ever see, with a championship matchup between Grasso and Shevchenko. And then you've got a welterweight matchup, number 6 Shavkat Rakhmonov against number 11 Kelvin Gastelum. And this one added this week. And also in the welterweight division, number 13 Kevin Holland against number 14 Jack Della Maddalena. That's a great fight there. And you got Daniel Rodriguez against Santiago Ponzinibbio. That's a sneaky good fight. And then this one added this week as well. One of the top rookies in the 2023 products, Raul Rosas Jr. against Terrence Mitchell. So we'll see if Rosas Jr. can get back in the win column after suffering that loss after so much hype coming in. Also down the card, middleweight division, a couple of rookies in the product going against each other. Number 14 Chris Curtis against Anthony Hernandez. So then we get to fight night, September 23rd at the Apex, and Rafael Fiziev, number 6, ranked in the lightweight division against number 7 Mateusz Gamrot. It's the main event, and then you got Bryce Mitchell against Dan Ige, featherweight matchup, number 11 against number 13. Then looking down that card, they filled that out a little bit more this week. I think the one of note to me, anyway, is Muhammad Usman, brother of Kamaru Usman, taking on Jake Collier in the heavyweight division. Then we get to UFC 294, October 22nd, at Fight Island in Abu Dhabi. And you got the lightweight championship rematch between Islam Makhachev and the number 1 ranked contender, Charles Oliveira. You got Hamzat Chimaev against Paulo Costa. And the only other event on that card right now is in the middleweight division, Nasruddin Imavov against Ikram Askelarov. Then we get to Fight Night, November 5th in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Got a heavyweight main event with number 5 Curtis Blades and number 9 Elton Almeida, another rookie in 2023. And not a whole lot. There's more added to that card this week, nothing of note really, except for Renat Fakhretdinov, so another top rookie in the 2023 product. He'll be taking on Elizeu Zaleski dos Santos in the welterweight division. And then, of course, got the big one coming up, UFC 295, November 11th in New York in Madison Square Garden. The heavyweight champion of the world, John Jones, against the heavyweight GOAT, Stipe Miocic. So that one's highlighted on everybody's schedule. So everybody looking forward to Jones and Miocic. So I want to let you know before we get into opening cards that you can contact us a few different ways, because all the cards are available for purchase. Anything you see on the show is available. You can make a trade offer, but mostly we do sales, and you can find us a bunch of different ways. Got a new website that launched a couple weeks ago, orange-fire.com. You can email me directly, russ@orange-fire.com. You can find me on X at FightCardsRuss or at OrangeFireMedia. You can also find me on Facebook. It's my personal account, Russ Renault, or at OrangeFire Media. And also you can check out our store on eBay, OrangeFire Lots of Lots. And what we do is we take the best card, the numbered card, we list that, but I usually, whatever I have of that fighter, I will include in the shipping, and I'll just throw it in there. If it's not too many, if we keep it under 3 ounces, like the U.S. Postal Service likes us to do, and then we'll throw in as much as we can fit in there. So, but if you buy 5 lots, if you get up to $425 and you get that ground advantage shipping, I will ship 5 lots to you for that $425. So you can save a lot by buying more, of course. And we've got a lot. Usually we have 20, 25 lots listed at a time. Like I said, it's usually, you'll see the single card, and then I'll throw in a whole bunch of stuff with it. So most of the time it's a single card, but if I've got more than one color card, numbered card, then I put those together. And you can see all those on eBay at Orange Fire Lots of Lots. And we'll look at the hits that we've had here the last couple of weeks. You can see them up there. We've got some Select and some Prism, and then we'll go through the rest of the Donruss that we've hit the last couple of weeks, and you can kind of see what some of those lots look like as well. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at the hobby top 5. So the last slide on here, it is last week's, and so we're just going to look at this week's and compare it to last week's because we had some movement. So let's go ahead and look at that now. So here we go, UFC Fight Cards Hobby Top 5. Coming in at number 5, a winner from last night. She's going to hang in there. The only female that's been in the top 5, and it is Erin Blanchfield, the top female rookie in 2023. So at number 4 now, moving down a spot, is Khamzat Chimaev. People really collecting Khamzat, and this used to be our number 1 till the new products came out. We had a rookie take the top spot, and then Shavkat Rakhmonov, undefeated, a rookie from last year. People still collecting him big time. Number 2 this week, moving out of the top spot, getting knocked off, is Bo Nickel. He had been there since the 2023 products came out, but now we got a new number 1, and that is because we have a new bantamweight champion, and so our number 1 is Sugar Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley really jumping up in card popularity. So you see last week's, we had O'Malley at 3, but I just think the popularity this week vaults him to number 1, knocking Nickel, Rakhmonov down. Then you got Chimaev and Erin Blanchfield. So that's our hobby top 5 for this week. You can let me know if you disagree with that, but I think it's pretty accurate. We try. So let's get this box, put that to the side, get a quick drink here too. So let's go ahead and look at the hits from Select. Still got this big one hanging out there. Did not expect to still have this 3 weeks later. Jack Della Maddalena with the purple auto. That's numbered to 49. That's the best one left. We got Alexander Rakic, the Sparks. That's numbered to 99. Like I said, comes with silver, some other stuff that I have. Then we got Billy Quarantillo, Sparks. That one's not numbered. Got a Drew Dober neon green. It's numbered to 75. Got a Dustin Poirier with a white prism, numbered to 125. Gets you a blue wave. Some other diamond cards we got. The other numbered cards we got in Select left. Werner Jandiroba, rookie. The red, numbered to 175. So we did have one other auto last week. We had Corey Sandhagen tie-dye auto, but we sold that this week, so that one was moving on. Now the next thing we're going to go to is we're going to look at the prism that we pulled. Had these for a while. Have been holding on to this. Haven't listed these yet because we're waiting on the redemption, which, you know, you have your own feelings on that, how these redemptions are going to go. But we've got the Israel Adesanya throwback signatures. It's just a base auto, but we've got that along with the purple. So we've got number to 149. So we've got another redemption that we've sent. We've sent both of these in. BJ Penn Champion Signatures. And that will also get you the red hollow laser from Donruss, numbered to 75. Got some silver prism, green, just some good BJ Penn lot work in there. So there's a lot of cards in there of BJ Penn. It includes an auto. Been holding on to this one as well. Surprised I still got it. Bryce Mitchell with a mojo, number to 25. Gets you a blue wave and a green from retail. Comes with the press proofs. Got Lucas Almeida. Got a few of those. Got the blue, number to 175. Ruby wave with that, silver, and last numbered card we have in Prism until we open the next round. Sadyul Kapub, Kakramanov, number to 199. It's red. So that is our hits from Prism. We've got more coming up. Like I said, we got this box of Donruss then next week, and then we've got 4 boxes of Prism after that. So now we're going to look at our hits from Donruss. Got a lot of these left. So we did pull this one last week. Last pack, I think. Got the Marvin Vettori auto. Get some other Marvin Vettori cards in there. This is our lowest numbered card that we've had so far. It's kind of disappointing. I mean, no disrespect to Damon Jackson, but out of a case, I think we're still looking for a case hit, I hope. Damon Jackson with a Ready Rookie blue hollow laser auto. That's number 25. Other numbered cards we got: Holly Holm, the blue hollow laser 49. Giga Chikadze, he won last night. Looked good doing it. So we've got a blue hollow laser of him. Also 49. All these are 49. Jared Cannonier, we've got 2. Pulled these both last week. Pulled one 2 weeks ago and this other one last week. Got the blue last week, 49. Also got the red of 75. And we'll throw in Ruby Wave, Blue Velocity, some other Jared Cannonier cards. Got a Santiago Ponzinibbio, red hollow laser. I believe this is a 22 Ruby Wave. Also got Mike Brown, red hollow laser 75. Vulcan Ozdemir, red hollow laser. And also got a tricolor and a silver select. Some other Vulcan Ozdemir cards. Valentina Shevchenko, silver hollow laser, silver prism. Got Jack Shore, silver hollow laser, and our last remaining octagon canvas. So our last relic until we pull one tonight, we hope. Michelle Pereira. Really odd thing that we did last week and the week before. We pulled 2 straight Sean Strickland octagon canvas. So the same buyer actually took both of those. Sold one day, pulled the one on Sunday, and said, "Hey, would you like 2 of those?" And fortunately, he did. So we had 2 Sean Stricklands. All right. So I'm going to get ready to go, get these gloves on. Those were already protected, so I didn't put them on to go through that. So once again, looking forward to next week in Paris. Cyril Gahn and Sergei Spivak. Should be an afternoon card from Paris. See if Cyril Gahn can bounce back from that loss to John Jones last year. Was that earlier this year? Was earlier this year. Not much to bounce back from. Just got caught. Didn't take much damage. So see what I can do against Spivak. All right, here we go. It's our 9th box out of 10 of Donruss. We've got plenty of complete sets. If you're looking for a complete set of Donruss, we've got one. Yeah, actually have quite a few. Probably got 5. And you will pretty much get a complete set out of a hobby box of Donruss. As I've noticed going through these after the show, it's pretty close. You'll get a couple of doubles here and there, but usually it's only one extra. And you'll only be missing, a handful. So there's our 2 stacks. Put one up there. We'll get to this one. Let's go ahead and get ready to go. So we go through all the cards because we do put the show on all the audio podcast platforms after the show, and you can find that at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, so that if you're listening in your car, we hope you're doing that. We appreciate it. That you can come back and watch the show on YouTube, and you can go through and see the card and see if you want to buy it and reach out. Once again, we'll go through that at the end, how you can reach out. So here we go. Santiago Ponzinibbio, Alexander Volkov, Jorge Masvidal, Giga Chikadze, Sean Strickland, Islam Makhachev, Cynthia Calvillo, Arman Tsarukyan, Alexander Gustafsson, Joaquin Buckley, Vicente Luque, George St. Pierre, Carlos Esparza, Michael Chiesa, Dean Thomas, Volkan Ozdemir, Davison Figueiredo, Alonzo Minifield, Chris Dawkins, Khalil Roundtree Jr., Dominic Cruz, Rose Namajunas, Macy Barber. We got a Mike Beltran. And we got a Kyler Phillips, Red Hollow Laser, rated rookie, number 75. Had something of Kyler Phillips earlier. This one's got a little bit of a print line at the top. Very small, but right there at the top. So Zhang Wei Li with a press proof. Jermaine Durandamy, Bobby Green Purple. Leon Edwards, The Untouchables. Fantasy matchups, Kamaru Usman, Matt Hughes. And Octagon Marvels, Juliana Pena. Last week we actually got the last 2 of all the inserts, so we actually finished an insert set as well out of the case. I think Donruss is probably the only product that you could do that. That you can get all the base cards out of one hobby box, and then out of a case you can get every insert as well. Sean O'Malley, Movsar Evloev, Julia Avila, Tony Ferguson, Brandon Roybal, Alex Perez, Jimmy Crute, Ian Gary, Conor McGregor, Paul Craig, Darren Till, Alessandre Pantoja, Mike Brown, Kevin Holland, Jack Shore, Tatiana Suarez, Cub Swanson, Vince Pichel, Calvin Cater, Michael Chandler, Eric Rosenstrike, Tisha Torres, Raquel Pennington, Mateus Nicolau, Gerald Mearshart, Jack Della Maddalena, Press Proofs, Silver, George St. Pierre, Tracy Cortez. Purple, Adrian Yanez. We got fantasy matchups, Alex Pereira, Anderson Silva. Octagon Marvels, Jessica Andrade. And a crunch time, Sean O'Malley. Pack number 3, Bobby Green, Adrian Yanez, Matt Hughes, Corey Sandhagen, Paulo Costa, Manon Ferro, Chuck Liddell, Uriah Faber, Ryan Spann, Grant Dawson, Shamil Aberkamov, Patty Pimblett, Yan Xiaonan, Chris Weidman, Shogun Hua, Taito Avasa, Rafael Dos Anjos, Hamzat Shemaev, Yana Santos, Cyril Gahn, Amanda Nunes, Kaikar France, Jan Blachowicz, Jason Herzog, Authority of the Octagon, Silver Press Proofs, Brian Ortega, nice, Silver Aaron Blanchfield. Got rid of a lot of our Bo Nickel and a lot of our Aaron Blanchfield. Got a couple left though. And there we go with a Charles Oliveira 30th anniversary. We haven't had those in a while. We hit a couple early on. We hadn't had one in a few weeks, and here we go with Charles Oliveira. A good one to get. Still looking for a really low number though. Our lowest is still a Damon Jackson Blue Laser Hollow Auto. So finish off this pack, Retro Series, GSP, Kamaru Usman, The Untouchables, Conor McGregor, Stairmasters. Justin Gaethje, Holly Holm, Alexander Romanov, Daniel Rodriguez, Tito Ortiz, Blago Ivanov, Abubakar Nurmagomedov, Josh Emmett, Gilbert Burns, Sergey Pavlovich, Tyler Santos, Jessica Andrade, Dominic Reyes, Bryce Mitchell, Andre Muniz, Carol Hossa, Anderson Silva, Casey O'Neill, Michelle Pereira, Jens Pulver, Yair Rodriguez, Caitlin Chukagian, Terrence McKinney. Got an autograph coming up. So put Terrence McKinney to the side, and we got Donald Cerrone. So we got a Cowboy. A lot of people collect Cerrone. A base auto. Yeah, besides the Damon Jackson, they've got all base autos out of this one. So we at least penny sleeve the rated rookies. So there we go, Terrence McKinney. Silver Press Proofs, Amanda Hebus, Juliana Pena, Purple, Khalil Roundtree Jr., The Untouchables, Alex Pereira, Islam Makhachev Stairmasters, Davison Figueiredo Crunch Time. So we got an auto out of the way. We got shut out 2 weeks ago. Our last pack, we got the Marvin Vittori last week. The last two packs, we got the the Sean Strickland Octagon Canvas. So we got the Relic in the second to last pack, which was the same Relic we got the week before. And then we got the Vittoria on the last pack. So after the shutout from last week, but there's been a couple of times that we've gotten 2 autos. So we're still averaging more than 1 a box because of the 2 times that we've got 2. So here we go. Alex Caceres, Chael Sonnen, Arnold Allen, Marlon Vera. And why don't we go through all the cards is because maybe something sparks conversation. This may be the next opponent for Sean O'Malley. It's Marlon Chito Vera, because you would think they'd be Sandhagen if it wasn't Merab. But both Merab Dvalishvili and Corey Sandhagen are hurt right now. They both had surgery. So maybe that rematch with Chito Vera is next. That could work out where they could do that at Madison Square Garden in November. They can do it in December at T-Mobile. So we'll see what happens. But looking good right now for Chito. Glover Teixeira, Sergey Spivak. He'll be in action next week in the main event. Nikita Krylov, Li Jiang Lang, Henry Cejudo, Tom Aspinall, Brandon Moreno, Magomed Ankalaev, Royce Gracie, Steve Bay Miocic, Piotr Jan, Merab Dvalishvili, Matt Serra, Edson Barboza, Rafael Sunsao, Leon Edwards, Jamal Hill, Andrea Lee, Francis Ngannou, Chan Sung Young. Wish him well after the retirement last night after that defeat to Max Holloway. We got a Jailton Almeida, rated rookie. Silver Press Proof, Kamaru Usman, Teal, Andre Petrosky. We got a color coming up here, Dean Thomas, and it's a blue hollow laser, number 49. See, Dean hasn't been in a lot of products lately, so people are collecting Dean Thomas. You know, he's commentating now, so he's that voice next to the, the kind of the sideline reporter for the Octagon. So Dean Thomas. Brandon Moreno, Octagon Marvels. Got a Francis Ngannou Dominators and the Untouchables, Aljamain Sterling. So there we go, halfway through. 5 packs down, 5 to go. Still looking for a relic. Wouldn't mind another auto. Wouldn't mind something with a low number. Here we go. Mackenzie Dern, Ilya Tapuria, Saeed Nurmagomedov, Alexander Volkanovski, John Jones, Jermaine Durandamy, Demiris Magulov, Juliana Pena, Brian Ortega, Tracy Cortez, Alexa Grasso, Derek Brunson, Robbie Lawler, Jeff Neal, Charles Oliveira, Aljamain Sterling, Julian Robertson, Derek Lewis, Robert Whitaker, Max Holloway, Forrest Griffin, Jose Aldo, Sodiq Yusuf, Tatsuro Taira, Press Proofs, Silver Carla Esparza, Alexa Grasso, Purple Dominic Cruz, Octagon Marvels Alex Pereira, Crunch Time Carla Esparza, and Dominators Islam Makhachev. Yuri Prochazka, Valentina Shevchenko, Bilal Muhammad, Marvin Vettori, Michael Bisping, Tim Means, Colby Covington, Brad Tavares, Alexander Rakic, Mark Coleman, Curtis Blades, Pedro Munoz, Jalen Turner, Jimmy Flick, Ricky Simone, Matt Brown, Jared Cannonier, Song Yadong, Andrei Arlovsky, Kelvin Gastelum, Israel Adesanya, Dustin Jacoby, got a Raul Rosas Jr., we got our relic coming behind it, so let's put Raul to the side for a second, and we got a Magomed Ankalaev Octagon Royalty. So there we go with our relic. Get another Raul Rosas Jr. I think we're closing in on having another set of rated rookies. So I'm hoping we have a complete set that, because I've already got one spoken for from somebody who wanted to buy what I have. So there's already one set of inserts and rated rookies spoken for, but I wanted to have another set of rated rookies and Authority of the Octagon and have a 1 through 225 set to sell. So Yuri Prochazka with a silver press proof, teal, Beneil Dariush, and we got red hollow laser Daniel Cormier. That's numbered to 75, DC. To finish it off with these inserts, the Untouchables, Paddy Pimblett, Fantasy Matchups, John Jones, Chuck Liddell, and Octagon Marvels, Hamzat Chimaev. Here we go, Beneil Dariush, Mateusz Gamrot, Habib Nurmagomedov, TJ Dillashaw, Sean Brady, Misha Tate, Johnny Walker, Vivian Araujo, Marcin Tybura, BJ Penn, Danny Ige, Neil Magny, Rich Franklin, Dustin Poirier, Rafael Fiziev, Brock Lesnar, Shavkat Rakhmonov, Rob Font, Matt Schnell, Jennifer Maya, Stephen Thompson, Anthony Smith, Ketlin Vieira, Jack Hermanson, Kyler Phillips, press proofs, silver Cody Garbrandt, Damir Ismagulov, and we've got silver hollow laser of Alexander Romanov. Those are numbered to 99. Finish it off, Leon Edwards Crunch Time, Brock Lesnar Retro Series. Got a Fantasy Matchups, Kamaru Usman, Matt Hughes, silver press proof. And now we've got 2 packs to go. Then one more box of Donruss. Then we're done with this case. And on to the rest of our case of Prism. So here we go. Marina Rodriguez, Daniel Cormier, Dan Hooker, Nathaniel Wood, Umar Nurmagomedov, Ryan Hall, Penny Kianzad, Macy Chason, Irene Aldana, Santiago Ponzinibbio, Alexander Volkov, Lauren Murphy, Zhang Wei Li, Cody Garbrandt, Amanda Ribas, Kamaru Usman, George St. Pierre, Carla Esparza, Michael Chiesa, Dean Thomas, Volkan Ozdemir, Davison Figueiredo, Chris Dawkins, and we got Randy Brown, rated rookie. I believe that gives us another one. And I think we now have 2 sets of rated rookies. And 2 sets of Authority of the Octagon. So silver press proof Michael Chiesa, Valentina Shevchenko, purple Matt Hughes, Crunch Time Max Holloway, big winner last night, BJ Penn Retro Series, and Israel Adesanya, the Untouchables. Last pack. Right, Jorge Masvidal, Giga Chikadze, Sean Strickland, Islam Makhachev, Cynthia Calvillo, Armin Tsarukyan, Alexander Gustafsson, Joaquin Buckley, Vicente Luque, Neil Dariush, Matush Gamrot. I feel like we've seen this one already. Habib Nurmagomedov, Alonzo Minifield, Khalil Rountree Jr., Dominic Cruz, Rose Namajunas, Macy Barber, Rich Franklin, Dustin Poirier, Rafael Fiziev, Brock Lesnar, Shavkat Rakhmonov, Rob Font, and we got a Bo Nickel. Almost got rid of all of them. I think we got 1 Prism and 1 Donruss left, and then we get another Bo Nickel. Good with the press proofs. Silver Dean Thomas, teal Jimmy Flick, and got a Tony Ferguson silver hollow laser, number to 99. I feel like this was a pretty solid box. Maybe our best one. We'll go back through the hits here in a second. So let's finish off these inserts. Hamzat Chimaev Stairmasters. There we go. I think we may have finished maybe another set of inserts because we were missing Tai Tuivasa last week. So get our second Tai Tuivasa Octagon Marvels and our second Amanda Nunes Crunch Time. So we're pretty close to having 2 complete sets of inserts. So with 1 box of Donruss left to go in this case. So here we go. There's going to be some rated rookies thrown in here that aren't necessarily hits, but we do put those in here. This one, Kyler Phillips with the red hollow laser, number 75. Jack Della Maddalena, Aaron Blanchfield, and silver press proof. There we go, the Charles Oliveira 30th anniversary. First one we've had in a while. Here's our auto. Donald Cowboy Cerrone, Terrence McKinney, Jailton Almeida, Andre Petrosky Teal. Got a Dean Thomas, blue hollow laser, number to 49. Tatsura Taira. Here's our relic. The Magomed Ankalaev Octagon Royalty. Raul Rosas Jr. Daniel Cormier red hollow laser, number to 75. Tyler Phillips, Alexander Romanov silver, Hollow Laser, Randy Brown, Bo Nickel, and our last hit in our last pack is Tony Ferguson silver, Hollow Laser. Like I said, those are numbered to 99. There we go. Charlie Olives, probably our best one out of there, and there's our auto with Cowboy Cerrone. So thanks for joining us here again on the UFC Fight Cards podcast. I hope you enjoyed going through the Fight Night recap of Holloway and Korean Zombie from last night. They'll look ahead to next week with Fight Night in Paris. That is Saturday, September 2nd. You've got a main event in the heavyweight division between the number 2 ranked heavyweight Cyril Gane, the last challenger for the heavyweight title, against number 8 Sergey Spivak. You've also got a big women's flyweight in the co-main with number 2 ranked Manon Fiorot against the number 2 ranked strawweight, making her flyweight debut, former 2-time champion Rose Namajunas, making a long-awaited return to the octagon this week. So looking forward to Fight Night in Paris next week, and we'll be wrapping it up right here on the UFC Fight Cards podcast next Sunday night, as we do every Sunday night, 9 o'clock Central Time, right here on YouTube, and then we follow it up and we put these on all the podcast platforms right after the show. And so you can listen to that on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. And we hope that you subscribe on YouTube and that you subscribe on your podcast platform as well, and leave us a good rating if you enjoy the show. Reach out to me. Once again, you can contact me because all these cards are for sale. And so reach out to me through our website, orange-fire.com. You can email me directly, russ@orange-fire.com. You can find me on X at FightCardsRuss or at OrangeFireMedia. You can also find me on Facebook, my personal account, Russ Renault, or our business account, Orange Fire Media. And once again, the cards that aren't claimed on the show, they will go to eBay and they will be in our store, Orange Fire Lots of Lots. We're now a top-rated seller on eBay as of this week, so check us out. And once we get these numbers up, I want to give away cards on the show. Just not at that subscriber number that we've set the goal for right now. We've got 7 lots that we're going to give away at some point. And that's John Jones, Jan Blachowicz, Justin Gaethje, Robert Whitaker, Glover Teixeira, Holly Holm, and Miesha Tate. All of those include a numbered card, and there's at least 10 cards in there. Some of those include 20, and actually Miesha Tate's lot contains 2 numbered cards. So want to give that stuff away, and we want people to want to come on here and get into those giveaway entries, and invite other people to do the same, saying the more friends you got, the more chances you've got to get something here on the show. We want to do that regularly, but we've got to have the support to do that and be able to do that. So we're looking forward to that at some point down the road, just to let you know that that's coming up. We've been talking about it a little while, and so we just keep trying to grow this show and make it the place that you want to come and watch the open card, so you don't have to enter a break. You don't have to pay that money to get in the break. You can just come here and look and see the cards that you want and buy them directly from the show. So appreciate you joining us here once again on a Sunday night. We'll be right back here next Sunday night, right here on YouTube, and then all your favorite podcast platforms. We just appreciate you so much starting your week off here, and we wish you a great week, and we will see you again right here on the UFC Fight Cards podcast presented by Orange Fire Media. I'm Russ Renault. Good night, everybody, and have a great week.